Okay, so what's a pathological example the other way? Anybody give me a second equation with x plus y is 7 to make the other thing happen?
2x plus 2y equals 14.
Oh, that's super clever. I was going to do the really dumb one. So proud of you. Okay, so if I write down an augmented system for this, what does the augmented system say?
117, 22,
117, 2, 2, 14, right? Okay, then what?
Hope to God you see the pattern first off.
Yeah, notice the pattern. Notice that I'm trying to target this 2, right? So I should probably double the first row, maybe multiply the first row by -2, and then add, right? So here I multiply the first row by -2, then I'm going to replace the second row by the sum of those two things. So I've got 117, and what's in your second row? 0, 0, 0. Okay, so what does this read? Like back in numbery land or variable land, this means
0x plus 0y equals 0.
good. So x plus y is 7 and 0x plus 0y is 0.
Which does make sense.
Which does make sense and is always true, right? So what happened? Well, I started with 2 equations, right? But only one of them is relevant because the other one is
The same equation.
the same
essentially.
equation multiplied by a constant or something. You guys all see that?
What was the dumb one?
The dumb one was to write the same equation again.
I'm confused how did you get, wait, so when,
Okay, so I took the first row and just multiplied by -2.
right,
And then I wrote the first row down, and then in the second row I replaced with adding the old second row, and the pink thing that I made by multiplying the first row by -2.
so the first row doesn't,
You certainly could change it to the pink if you wanted.
but then how, so then like when I was doing it, my like final little thing was -2, -14, 0, 0, 0, so.
Perfect. So you had written down -2x minus 2y is -14, right? And 0 is 0. This equation and that equation are the same one,
Oh,
right? If I think about take this and multiply by -1/2, then I'll get back up to this guy.
okay. So do we always want to though like reduce it into like the simplest equation? Like if this was a test and I left it as -2, 14, would that be okay?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to count you off for that kind of stuff. So the process of going through these has a lot of personal preference and order, kind of like things that I do are going to be a little different than things that you do. And that's totally fine. I'm going to grade you according to what you did, not according to what I thought was the best way.
Okay.
Often my choices are not optimal. Like when we went through our first example of 3x3 solving, these guys had a much better method that they started using early on. And I was just like, I'm going to do this one because this is the one I picked and commitment is key.
Being very thorough.
Yeah, it doesn't particularly matter. A lot of the order is kind of up to you. The things that do matter are you want to pick that, like, I want zeros in the bottom left triangle. However you make that happen is okay. I would recommend you do it in the order I said, but whatever order is also okay. There is a small possibility that you could chase yourself in a circle. All right. What's happening in line land here? Like, what do I write to answer this question?
There's only one line?
Yeah, okay, there's only one line, so
If
what's
they
the
intersect.
answer?
Intersecting all points.
Yeah, they intersect at all points, right? Or all the x's are solutions. Maybe what I would have my Algebra 1 students write. Algebra 2 students might write something like x is in R. Maybe not.
I don't think we ever wrote that once.
Okay. Other students might write things like they're the same line, so they intersect everywhere. That's also totally fine. Okay. Yet other students who have had a bit more math might write y equals 7 minus x. There's your solution set. Right? Or they might write points that look like x and 7 minus x. That's really the graph of the line, right? You can see that? Okay. So there's lots of ways to express this. The point is, right, they're the same line, and there's lots of solutions. Cool? Infinitely many, in fact. Really, any x works. Cool? Okay. For this class, maybe this thing is the best answer. Or this thing. Cool? Questions, things?